What's that? Another one of those good bad lists? How can this be? What did this channel become? Where did the world turn? You get it. So these are 8 tracks I dislike from albums I overall like. The songs don't have to have been released as singles, but I want to avoid cliches with this list. Basically so you don't have to hear me babble about Shape of You for the millionth time. Also, this list is not in any order. I'm going into Vlogspot, and here's the first track. First up is Microcuts. This may throw me under the woodshed a bit, if that's a phrase, because it's a fan favourite of Origin of Symmetry because...
Oh my god, the falsetto vocals are so impressive!
Really, it hurts my ears. It's actually painful. Don't get me wrong, Matt Bellamy is one of my favourite vocalists, and he is a falsetto genius. The whole album has some great parts, including the end of Plug and Baby and the chorus of Citizen Erased, but for the whole song, I think not. I used to wonder why the label wanted to ban falsetto vocals on the record, and now I understand. Yikes. Matt's absolutely inarticulate as he whined throughout about microwaves and nonsense, and it's not musically interesting until the last 40 seconds. That bit's good. A nice heavy part to sign it off, almost as heavy as Matt's breathing in between lines. I think I'm drowning, asphyxiated.
I had before, like a stupid standing for what I'm standing for. Like this war's really just a different brand of war. Like it doesn't cater to rich and abandon poor. Like they understand you in the back of the...
My second pick is Hands Held High from the band's third album, Minutes to Midnight. While good, this isn't their best album, and a few of the songs were Limp Bizkits, namely Bleed It Out and Giving Up. Yeah, trust me to single out the screamy ones. Neither of those hold a candle to the atrocity of this song though. It's experimental, yes, but a step down from Nobody's Listening from their previous album. It sounds nothing like a band, and god, it drags on. My biggest criticism is the lyrics though. Mike Schneider delivered these terrorism-filled words in the talk rap style, thinking he's political enough to be Zach De La Roca or however you pronounce his name, but actually just making a cringe mess of it. I don't often agree with Enemy, but when they call this song the funniest thing you'll hear all year, I find it hard to disagree with that. There is a legion that will claim this is the best piece since Jesus of Suburbia because it's political, but Closer, The Little Things Give You Away, takes care of that just a little bit better, right? Hat can do this list without mentioning this guy, eh? 18 Months is one of my favourite dance albums. Well, maybe I'm biased because he released so many singles from this album, meaning I knew virtually every song when I got it, but still loaded with tunes. Nevertheless, there are weak spots, but this is the worst by far. School is an instrumental piece, which pop up from time to time on the record, but for some weird reason, he decides to do some funk thing, and it's not exactly uptown funk. It doesn't sound like a DJ, feels completely out of place on the record. Maybe it's a foreshadowing of what was to come on his 5th album, Funk Wave Bouncers Volume 1, which had the dreadful slide. The positive is it's less than 2 minutes long, but can you even take it for that long? Okay, I'm not even a Foo Fighters fan. In fact, I don't even really like them in general, but Wasting Light had some great singles, especially these days, considered by Dave Grohl himself to be the best song he's ever written, and yeah, I can go along with this. But then, White Limo. Basically just a bunch of noise with Grohl screaming through a distorted mic the whole time with indecipherable lyrics. Apparently the song came from an email bassist Nate Mendel sent Grohl, saying he loves it when he writes nonsense lyrics, so Grohl had conceived this in 2 minutes and turned into Dave Grohl. Ha 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 ha. Seriously, if this meant to be pleasing in any way, what's worse is that they released it as a single. At least that meant to got a video though, which features Goddamn Lemmy and Dave's hot wife. That was fun. Yep, the title track of the Getaway, the first and opening track, is a weak spot of this record. Okay, unlike the previous ones, I can see why people would like this. There's nothing obviously wrong with it. This isn't RHCP's best album by any means, but it had 2 great singles, Go Robot and Dark Necessities, and it had a nice exotic feel overall. However, this one's actually cringeworthy in a way. It tries too hard to be poppy, features an uncredited female vocalist for some reason, as Anthony Kiedis tries to go full-on pop with his melodies. Also, the stupid percussive cymbal thing is annoying as hell, especially when I start the record off my CD player, as it sounds like it's glitching. I've read a comment that billed the song as Coldplay featuring Flea, and no offense to Coldplay, but...
X marks the spot, so I put my hands up into the sky and feel alive.
3 years X marks the spot. I can't rag on this one too much considering it's merely a hidden track, but maybe it's hidden so people don't discover and hear how bad it is. The father track, Army of One, is fairly good. Its vocal chill-out thing seems bad on paper, but actually sounds pretty good, and combines many elements from older songs, such as bells, an organ, and old-school Coldplay style drumming. X mark the spot can be buried, though. Oh, that's why it's called X mark the spot, because it's hidden.
I get it.
It's got cookie-cutter lyrics, but no guitar or real drums. World Fair, Will Champion uses drum pads on this album, so I'm not going to talk crap about that. They fall off the rails quite a bit. Even more so with Chris sounding dull for most part. Also loses major points for that trap snare roll toward the end. Seriously, Coldplay, what the fuck?
After I've traveled so far, we'd set the fire to the third bar.
Step back, I know I played this on my list of bad songs by good artists, but that was over 2 years ago, so shut your flabby gob. Stove Trotter were one of my favourite alternative rock bands, the Naughties, and Eyes Open was probably their greatest work. This song, however, belongs in a dumpster fire. Unlike most of the rest of this list, Set the Fire to the Third Bar has next to no redeeming qualities. It's not really Snow Patrol's fault it's so bad, despite being musically uninteresting. It's that goddamn Martha Wainwright. I don't want to be harsh, but she's... awful. Her voice becomes even more painful in the chorus. The lyrics describe a long-distance relationship, fine, and the title came from an electric heater during singer Gary Lightbody's childhood, bit weird. He also claims it's written in 20 minutes. Quickly written songs, bites you in the neck, doesn't it? Growl.
Thunder, lightning and the thunder, 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 feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder.
Look, I didn't put it in my worst songs of the 2017 list, so it goes here, okay? I don't understand or hate towards the Evolve record. Sure, not as good as Night Visions and S&M, but it still is a solid record. Hahaha, S&M. Everything's fine and dandy until we get to track 9, and then commercialism comes and ruins everyone. The song's full of awful pitch-shifting vocals and a million repetitions of whatever the title is. I forgot! We're also worse than the song with stupid drilling noise in the background, and yeah, by evolve if you mean making the poppy song possible by repeating a word and make it sound like ear rape to the point everyone wants to self-harm, then the nail is hit on the head. At least it has an electric guitar part at the end, which makes Thunder still feel a bit like an Imagine Dragons song, but if this is how low you must stoop in order to sell, I mean, I don't even know what to say, bye?